Greetings, financial enthusiasts. Welcome to HouseLux Estate, your digital marketplace for all things finance. We're here to turn the complex and often intimidating world of financial principles into digestible bites. Our mission is to empower you with the knowledge to navigate your financial journey with confidence. Today, we're diving into a popular budgeting method that's been creating a buzz in the finance world, the 50-30-20 rule. This rule isn't just another fad. It's a simple yet powerful tool that can help you structure your spending in a balanced and sustainable way. Whether you're a seasoned financial veteran or a beginner just starting your journey, the 50-30-20 rule is an approach worth understanding. Our goal is to break down this rule, explain its components, and show you how it can be applied to your personal financial situation. So, if you're ready to unlock the potential of your budget, stick around to learn how the 50-30-20 rule could be your key to financial stability. So what exactly is the 50-30-20 rule? It's a simple budgeting method that could revolutionize your financial life. The 50-30-20 rule is a straightforward and effective way to manage your money. It's a system that takes the guesswork out of budgeting and provides a clear framework for your spending and saving. This rule is based on three main categories: needs, wants, and savings or debt repayment. Let's break it down. The first number, 50, represents the percentage of your income that should be allocated to your needs. These are the essentials, the things you can't live without, like rent or mortgage, groceries, utilities, healthcare, and transportation. If it's something that you need to survive and maintain a basic standard of living, it falls into this category. Next, we have 30. This represents the portion of your income that should go towards your wants. This category includes the non-essentials, the things that enhance your life but aren't necessary for survival. Dining out, vacations, hobbies, and entertainment all fall into this category. It's the fun stuff, the things that make life enjoyable. And finally, we come to 20. This is the percentage of your income that should be set aside for savings or paying off debt. Whether you're saving for a rainy day, a dream vacation, or retirement, this is the portion of your income that helps you prepare for the future and pay down any outstanding debts. The beauty of the 50-30-20 rule is that it's flexible. The percentages are guidelines, not hard and fast rules. If your needs take up more than 50% of your income, you can adjust the percentages to fit your circumstances. Similarly, if you're debt-free and have a healthy emergency fund, you might choose to allocate more than 20% to savings. So, how do you categorize your expenses into needs, wants, and savings? Let's dive deeper. Understanding the difference between needs, wants, and savings is crucial for the 50-30-20 rule to work. Let's break down these categories one by one. First up, needs. These are your absolute must-haves, the essentials that you simply can't do without. Think of things like rent or mortgage payments, utility bills, groceries, transportation costs, and health insurance. Essentially, anything that would significantly impact your quality of life if you were to go without it can be classified as a need. This category should take up around 50% of your total budget. Next, we have wants. These are the things you desire but could live without. They add comfort and pleasure to your life, but aren't essential for your survival. Examples could be dining out, vacations, a new pair of shoes, or even that latest tech gadget you've been eyeing. This category should account for about 30% of your budget. Remember, it's not wrong to spend money on what you want, but it's important to do so responsibly. Lastly, we have savings. This category is all about preparing for your future. It includes not only savings, but also any debt repayments and investments you might have. 20% of your budget should be allocated here. This could be your 401k contributions or money set aside for emergencies. It's all about building a financial safety net for yourself. To visualize this, imagine your budget as a pie. Half of that pie is dedicated to your basic needs. A smaller slice, about a third, is allocated for your wants. The remaining slice, 1/5 of the pie, is your savings and investments. With these categories in mind, you can start applying the 50-30-20 rule to your own budget. This approach provides a simple yet effective framework for managing your money, allowing you to meet your needs, enjoy your wants, and still save for the future. Now that you understand the categories, how do you apply the 50-30-20 rule to your personal budget? First, you need to determine your after-tax income. This is your take-home pay, the amount you receive after all deductions like taxes and Social Security contributions have been made. If you're self-employed, subtract your business expenses and tax payments to get your after-tax income. Next, you'll want to break down your expenses into the 3 categories we discussed earlier: needs, wants, and savings or debt repayment. Let's start with the first category, needs. These are your essential expenses that you can't avoid. Think of your housing costs, utilities, groceries, health insurance, car payments, and so on. Add up all these costs, and they should not exceed 50% of your after-tax income. Moving on to wants. This category includes non-essential expenses like dining out, entertainment, vacations, and luxury items. It's the fun part of your budget, but it should only make up 30% of your after-tax income. The remaining 20% of your income should go towards savings or paying off debt. This might include contributions to your retirement fund, emergency savings, or paying off credit card debt or student loans. Now let's put this into practice. Suppose your monthly after-tax income is $5,000. According to the 50-30-20 rule, you should allocate $2,500 to your needs, $1,500 to your wants, and the remaining $1,000 towards savings or debt repayment. Remember, these are guidelines, not hard and fast rules. You may need to adjust the percentages based on your personal circumstances. For instance, if you live in a high-cost area, you might spend more than 50% of your income on needs. Conversely, if you have high levels of debt, you might need to allocate more than 20% of your income towards debt repayment. The key is to start somewhere and adjust as you go along. The 50-30-20 rule offers a simple framework to help you manage your money effectively. And voila! You've just created a budget using the 50-30-20 rule. Like any financial strategy, the 50-30-20 rule has its pros and cons. Let's start with the pros. One of the major benefits of this rule is its simplicity. It provides an easy-to-follow framework for managing your finances. You don't need a finance degree to understand it. Just remember, 50% of your income goes to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings or paying off debt. The 50-30-20 rule is also quite flexible. It's not about restricting you from spending money on what you love, but rather about helping you balance your financial priorities. This flexibility allows you to adapt the rule to your unique circumstances and financial goals. Now let's talk about the cons. The primary drawback of the 50-30-20 rule is that it may not work for everyone. This is especially true for those with lower incomes, where a large portion of their earnings may be consumed by needs, leaving little room for wants or savings. In such cases, adhering strictly to the 50-30-20 rule can lead to financial stress rather than relief. Another potential disadvantage is that it can lead to complacency. Because the rule is so simple, it's easy to follow it without truly understanding your financial situation. For example, you might be saving 20% of your income, but if you're not investing those savings wisely, you might not be making the most of your money. Lastly, the 50-30-20 rule doesn't account for individual financial circumstances, like high student loan debt or living in a city with a high cost of living. These factors can significantly impact your budget, making it difficult to stick to the prescribed ratios. Overall, the 50-30-20 rule is a valuable tool for budgeting, but like any tool, its effectiveness depends on how well it's used. It's important to understand that the 50-30-20 rule is a guideline, not a one-size-fits-all solution. That's a wrap on the 50-30-20 rule. We've journeyed together through the intricacies of this simple yet effective budgeting technique. We've learned that it's all about balancing our financial lives into 3 categories: needs, wants, and savings or debt repayments. 50% for our needs, 30% for our wants, and 20% for our savings or debt repayments. But remember, these percentages aren't set in stone. It's crucial to tweak and personalize your budget to fit your unique financial circumstances and goals. Whether you're a student saving for college, a young professional aiming for that dream home, or a retiree focusing on a comfortable life, the 50-30-20 rule can be your roadmap to financial stability. Remember, the key to financial stability is understanding and managing your budget. If you found this video helpful, do subscribe to House Lux Estate for more financial wisdom. Until next time, stay financially savvy.